Hello there, it's the Mod Maid. Oh my goodness, I have so much to show you guys. In fact, I should probably make it into 2 videos. We'll see how we go. I'll keep an eye on time, maybe. Uh, if you're looking at your screen, I have to start with something I find freaking hilarious. I go with girlfriends to crop at Scrappy Chic in Livonia, Michigan. I live in Michigan, and we go at least once a month, sometimes twice a month, right? So I'm there a lot. And when I'm standing at the counter, I do admit that I have seen a sign that says naughty drawer, but honestly, in my innocent little mind, I thought it meant it had candy for the employees in it, right? I didn't think about it, but I was with my girlfriends last time, and I don't know how it came up, or somebody said that they sell naughty scrapbook stuff. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, in the naughty drawer. I'm like, oh my. So, I couldn't resist. I don't, well, we can all cuss. Yeah, they got all sorts of fun little, but I'm being a good girl and keeping my finger where it shouldn't. I thought you guys would get a good laugh out of that. So we'll start with what I got last time I went to a crop. We've got Michigander. The store is really cool. I've showed you before that they're very Michigan centric. So, but they also have, recently they went to something called Crop on the Cape. And so they made some cool stuff for like oceans. So this one says having a whale of a time. And here's our friendly whale. This one is a heron kit, mini heron kit. So I haven't seen what this one looks like. And here's our whale's tail. So, and none of these are too terrible. I mean, like $1.50. I think she does a nice job keeping those affordable. Here's one of the more recent Michigan projects. Obviously, I haven't put it together yet, but it's kind of like an ornament, and it's a little bit bigger, as you can see. So I have to make some time to put that together, but it's got like the Mackinac Bridge and a lighthouse and Detroit and a car and cherries. So that'll be fun. And then let's see. Oh, here's one more. Sorry for my arm. Oh, this is for a friend. I don't know if she watches my videos, but she'll see it when I make it. And then I've been digging, oh my God, Waffle Flower has just knocked it out of the park lately. And gosh, their stuff is not cheap. Although these weren't too bad, I guess. This one is Just Mitts Dye. Isn't that adorable? Does it have a picture? Sometimes they have pictures. And then this is the Just Mitts coloring stencil. Oh yeah, there we go. I haven't done any stencil work like this in a long time, so I think I'm going to need to do some practice. Maybe next time I go cropping. I'm always working on mini books, as if you watch me, you know I talk about that all the time, but I haven't really been doing any stenciling in a while. And then the only other thing from that day, I think, is sitting right here. You may have noticed. I had never had this fancy pair of Tim Holtz scissors, but I needed them because, I'll just show you real quick. I started making, remember I've been telling you I'm going to make these junk journals of each Great Lake. So I had this, what do they call it, gray paper or gray board? And I was struggling to cut it, so picked up one of these, and of course this made all the difference. Now this is messy looking, don't worry, I'm going to cover it, but I was practicing how to make my own. I've made, if you've watched me a long time, you know that I've made one with a Cheerio box, but this one I wanted stronger, so I did get a start on it, and we'll see how it goes. I think that I will sew the signatures and then stick them in here like that. So the signatures won't actually be sewn out here we'll see. But I'm so happy I finally got a start. And I did, since we're talking about it, let's see. I did start. This is one of the signatures. And if, again, you've been watching, you know that I've been purchasing all this kind of C paper. Oh, they did have a new line. In fact, this is one of them. So I did sew those together. But most of these are papers you've probably seen in my last few hauls. And yeah, some of them are more like cruise paper, but you never know. I might see a cruise ship as I'm going through the Great Lakes. That's interesting that ended up in the middle. It'll be, each one will be different. Like I said, I'm going to make each Great Lake. So that's where I'm at, and I expect it to be not a project I'm going to finish in 5 minutes. This is an ongoing project. Okay, let's shift gears, but that's what I needed these for, and they made all the difference. All right, we're going to shift gears here. Let's see, I went garage sailing, which was exciting because I found a bunch of clothes as I'm shifting in sizes. But just to show you real quick, sometimes it's not really fun to see what people find in thrifting, because it's not like you can go out and thrift the same things, but I'm always down for some photo frames. This was a cute little, it says it's from Michael's. I don't know if it's recent, but a cute little strawberry bag. And then I found this, you know, good little notepad with some recipe cards. I don't know that you never know. That's not true. I write down recipes. I suppose I could. All right, so that was just some stuff from the garage sale. Next, we're going to go to Dollar General. Not really crafty stuff, but I'll show you anyway. I don't know if you guys have checked out this is the Dolly Parton summer stuff. I love posy flowers, so I figured if I'm going to go to Dollar General, I got to find at least one item for my summer decor, but I found a few more. I guess I like the cherries a little bit, so I got the cherry drying mat, and with that, the dishcloths. So this is part of her new summer collection, and these things are like $1, $3. That's my kind of kitchen stuff, right? But I know people have probably been doing this for many more years, but I thought I'd go with the cherries, strawberries, and blueberry for summer. So these are not the Dolly Parton, but this was another. And then I got the strawberry kitchen towel. So that's really all I need for my kitchen. My kitchen is basically 50s oriented, but you know, I try to do at least the seasons with my if they're $1 or so, sure. Anything else from Dollar General? We got some socks for 4th of July. And then, oh, I have to just tell you these. Ever since my surgery, I can't drink water on its own anymore. It's so weird. So I have to put it in flavor, and I found these flavors. This one is so good. And this isn't just because I moved here from Arizona. This prickly pear lemonade is so good. So if you see it, pick it up. It's probably not constant. I feel like I need to go back and get some more because it's so good. And then I got, this one's mystery. This one's romance. Hibiscus lemonade. I haven't tried this one yet. But I'll let you know. Oh, so yummy. Oh, what I was supposed to let you guys know something else. Oh, maybe the Temu pants were great. Oh, I got my Temu bathing suit, you guys. That's what I was going to tell you about. It fit, which is lucky because you're kind of just guessing when you're picking a size there. And then, oh, the sleep pants fit and were really nice too. So, just book rings from Jot. I don't always see those there. I went, I've been running around finding beautiful lighthouses. So I found myself at the Marblehead Lighthouse, which was near Sandusky, Ohio. And this is the gift bag. I'm sorry, I'm searching around in here. I need to see all my junk that I picked up. But a friend of mine had told me that there's a Lighthouse passport. And I was like, oh, I need that. So I did indeed get my first. Now, I've been to a few lighthouses and don't have my. But look at, if you're, I had no idea. They use a rubber stamp. And she whipped out her, what did she have? She had some Ranger archival ink and stamped it with my first stamp in my passport. Isn't that cute? I had no idea, but now I got one. I was going to show you. Trust me, I am all over the place here. I told you I had a lot of stuff. All right. Just some, lighthouse gift shops are dangerous. There's our little Lake Erie magnets. There's a magnet of the lighthouse. But what I wanted to show you, because again, we're doing the Great Lakes, is I found some of these things are gifts. And I'm like, oh, I found this sticker, which I love because, once again, remember, I'm always looking for Great Lakes stuff. So I found that one. I'm just showing you the other one I had there. Here's another one, Great Lakes. And postcards. Again, for the junk journal. There's a couple more. Hang on. Yeah, I get hung up on grabbing stuff. But the good scrapbooker always picks up everything. There's the bookmark. And here are the other ones. Here's another sticker. These are all going to go for my junk journal. Yeah, I'm a sucker for everything Great Lakes. Although one of these I might put on my car. Maybe this one. We'll see. Okay. That was just a quickie glance at that stuff. So if you are like me and you pick up everything when you go to a gift shop, this was too small a bag for that. Hold on, I'm going to set this over here. You're like, where are the crafts? Leah, where are the crafts? Okay, so while I was in Sandusky, Ohio, I went to a new to me, sorry, I just knocked that. Excuse me, my goodness. I went to a new to me shop, and I'm looking for the card. It's called the Scrapbook Boutique. Again, in Sandusky, Ohio. So let's see. Sorry, the damage that I did there. All right. And they were a great shop. They had so much stuff. I definitely only got a peek at what they had because it was a shop full of stuff. So if you're ever in the Ohio area and you want to check out, there were two near each other, but I wasn't able to make it to both of them. So, and they have a hop apparently in Ohio, meaning you can go from store to store and get your passport. Also get. Sorry, I'm unloading the bag here. I thought our card was in the bag. Anyway, sorry about that. So what I was saying is, she had a great shop, and if you're in Ohio, they have quite a few shops that you can go from shop to shop within an hour of each other, so that's cool. This is that little birdie again, which I picked up when I went to a Cherry on Top. I'm just not familiar with this brand, but I keep loving what they have. So first I got this archival. It's got dots, but you know, you can put paper in here or paint. You're not always going to see that. And I took a picture of the example because the example used these too, which I thought was cool. So this was one of the things they got at the Scrapbook Boutique. And then I got these for bubbles, you know. That's going to look good for our, all the water stuff I'm doing. I got these too from Pink Fresh. I think I had seen these at a Cherry on Top, and they are so pretty. They have different colors, but again, I'm thinking in advance for all the water scrapping I'm going to do. Surprisingly, I found some Canada paper that I didn't have, and I'm kind of shocked. Maybe I had it years ago. I don't know, because it says it's Simple Stories Say Cheese Epic. I don't know. Maybe I haven't. I didn't recognize it. So there's that side. And, oops. Sorry, you guys. Thanks for your patience with me. The other side is buffalo plaid, but I don't know. Isn't Say Cheese? Isn't that one of the, no, anyway. Yeah. Oh, I'll bet you it's because of Epcot at the Pavilion. Is that what I'm thinking? Maybe that's why I've never seen this before. Maybe this is for Epcot. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. Okay, so that was a find, because it's pretty rare for me to find Canadian stuff that I haven't found before. I did get another little journal. This one, who is this by? Art by Marlene. I think I remember that name. Paintable journal cover. I just am a sucker for every little journal I can find. So this one was a cutie. So I got 2 little journals there. What I really enjoyed is she had, one thing I like to see at different scrapbook stores when you go to them is if they have things that you can't find elsewhere. This is by Petticoat Parlor, but she did have a lot of die cuts that I think she had made specifically for her shop, so I'll show you some of those. I'm going out on a boat with my uncle, so, and I do sometimes around here, so I got a few boating things. This one's from Reminisce, Signature Series Boating. Reminisce is always good about having sort of like regular sort of life stuff. There's nothing like being on the water. This is the life. Yeah, this is very nice at the lake. Plus, I go to the lake to go swimming and stuff. So I hadn't seen that before either. Let's see. Back to some die cuts. This one was definitely from her. Sorry. Is it this one? No. She said that her mother, what did she tell me? The owner was super nice. She said that her ex cuts them and her mother glues them together. I was like, okay. Hey, it's a family affair, right? So we got this one. And I really liked the, kind of looks like an icy. Right? Let's see, and then we got the little, this one says it's Petticoat Parlor. It's a little beach. Gosh, look what I'm doing here. Sorry about that. Did you see that one? And this one was some little die cuts of sea stuff and shells. My videos are going to start getting boring because I obviously buy the same stuff. I'm in the same headspace. Here's the 2 that I was super excited about. Although this one's going to be big. We'll see how this works. She did have a Lake Erie. So, it's going to... Well, let's take a look while we're right here, huh? I think it's bigger than the... I guess unless we went like that. Yeah. Or I suppose I could somehow redo it and take Erie underneath here. You know what I mean? When I was buying it, I thought, that looks just a little too big for the book. Yeah, I bet you I could cut this and put Erie underneath here. Right? Okay. Yeah, I was measuring in my head. This was the other thing I was so excited to get because this is the lighthouse I went to. So she had a die cut for Marblehead Lighthouse. And I haven't told you guys, I'm doing a whole separate book on lighthouses. So this is probably the only one I have so far of die cuts for a lighthouse. All right, last of it. See, I didn't do too bad. We're only at about 20 minutes. I had never seen this. I'm a big fan of Dylusions. It's interesting. It comes with, it actually comes with a, spit it out, Leah, you know, a block. I have some of her, so I do make my own calendars, so I was super excited to find new fonts for my calendar, and she's got bigger one and smaller ones. See, June it's smaller and bigger, and then even bigger with numbers. Are those even bigger, or just because they're bigger words? But I really liked when Diane Reevely was in this phase of doing her creative diaries and her traveler's notebooks. So I'm sure this is not new by any means. I don't know if it, 2017, yeah. But I had never seen it, so I was like, yes, that needs to come home with me for making all of my calendars. I think that's it. Oh my gosh. Did I show you guys this card? Oh, I love it so much. I'm going to show you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a lot, and coughing and gurgling. That's from my surgery. And if you ever wondered, if you see me, these are to keep your rings. See, my rings have gotten so big that I had to put, you can get these on Amazon. If your rings ever get too big, you can buy these. It's just plastic. And you loop them around your rings to make them tighter so they don't fall off. So I thought I'd mention that because I'm usually doing this and you're like, what the heck's on her rings? That's, you know, because it's not cheap to get your rings sized, and I'm not ready to go there yet. What a fun haul of stuff. And yeah, Sandusky, Ohio for the Scrapbook Boutique, and Scrappy Chic in Livonia, Michigan, and all sorts of fun stuff. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are the best. Love ya. Bye.